you hold yourself accountable properly to your public. After all, you've had a chairman who refused to give any public interviews for 3.5 years, and when he finally did give one, all he said was no comment. It took you to the Thursday of the huge row to make a proper statement over these things. And Trevor Phillips says of Kevin Lygo that the way he handled the race row was like a 14-year-old who boasted to his mates that he'd got away with it. In what way are you accountable to the British people?
I have to say, I think we all know there were some mistakes made in January. It's not fair to say, actually, or true to say that Luke hasn't done public pronouncements. He has.
He did not give a public interview as the chairman of Channel 4 for 3.5 years. In what way does that make him accountable?
That's not true. He's done newspaper interviews, and he's also done interviews.
He did
on
not
panels.
do these until after 3.5 years.
Anyway.
The interviews he gave to The Independent and the Sunday Times came after the Shilpa Shetty race row. He's a public figure in charge of a public body established by our democratically elected government. In what way does that make him publicly accountable?
Right. Well, I think to be very clear on that, I think Channel 4 is a very accountable organisation, as we rightly should be. Ultimately, we're there with a public purpose, and that is the be-all and end-all. And I think we have extremely comprehensive accountability measures in place. Just to give you some examples of that, first and foremost, I think we're accountable to Parliament. So we lay a very comprehensive annual report before Parliament every year. Regularly, Luke and I have appeared in front of select committees at Parliament during that period that you mentioned, and that goes on a regular basis. Other key Channel 4 board members have also done that. Secondly, we have a very clear independent regulatory relationship with Ofcom, which I'd say there's no lack of clarity on. I mean, I know from my time at the BBC and even currently, there's still a sense of confusion around the government's arrangements. In the case of Channel 4, it's crystal clear. You have an independent board and you have a separate regulator, and Ofcom, as we know, are a very powerful, very effective, and in my view, very good regulator. So actually, we have literally document after document after document that we're constantly sending into Ofcom about Channel 4, quite rightly, in terms of measures and so on. And Channel 4's always had this accountability. What I would say is that there's a perception of a lack of accountability that is more of our problem. And certainly some of the events earlier this year didn't help that. And so I think we've got two tasks, to be honest. I think one is to actually make sure people understand what we already do, which is a very great deal. Two, part of the strategic process I outlined a month ago is about things like creative renewal. Part of it is about our audience relationship. A very important part of it is about accountability. And later this year, we will be coming forward with a very clear statement, not just of our public service vision, but how we think the whole of Channel 4 should be held accountable by Parliament, by the public, by everybody.
All right, thank you for that.